Bro, I got a concept, and this is something I speak on a bit on the stage, but it's because I got a few books, and I'm really trying to figure out which one I want to put out first. But one that I think is like pivotal is one called Self Wars, and one is about self wealth or true wealth. And true wealth is really thinking about, what is your intrinsic and inherent wealth, right? So there are traits that you have that are assets, right? And people don't think about that, right? Like if you have money, if you have millions and you're depressed, right? How much money would you spend to get rid of that depression, right? So you first have to realize, how valuable is your state of mental health before you go even chase the money, and before you give up that, how much is it worth? Because it becomes a liability when you don't have it, because now you have to spend money to try to get it. So you got people spending money on drugs and doctors and women and sex and life, and that becomes millions of dollars. So that means that your happiness that you had before that was a level of wealth that you didn't appreciate, right? So it can be confidence. You get money and then all of a sudden you become insecure. Now you don't have the confidence to continue to make more money, right? You speaking ability, communication, right? Grit, your ability to think and strategize. These are assets. Joy, peace, happiness. These are assets. But because the world is so overly fixated on external success, right? External wealth creation, then these are the ones that get neglected the most. And so when a person gets the money, they did that at a sacrifice of all their inherent assets. So we're looking at, let me give you a piece of paper and you write down all what your true net worth is. And it's not going to be just about what you own, because your net worth is your assets minus your liabilities. So if you just have money but you're not happy, right, then you poor. Yep. Because that doesn't balance out, right? So you know how much money you like, how much is happiness worth? How much is joy worth? How much is peace worth? Because there are billionaires who committed suicide because their money was not more valuable than their peace, right? They was fighting that darkness. So it's like you cannot build wealth properly, not from the wealth that we want to build. We're not talking about you want to be like this, white patriarchal version of wealth. We're talking about the wealth that is in alignment with the spirit of the people as well, because this generation don't just want money. They want that spiritual billionaire. They want to become mental billionaires. They want that peace. So it's like, I want to help people learn that and build that up from a place of joy and a place of spiritual wealth. So therefore, anything you obtain, it is increased, because now your money is worth more. Now you got the happiness. You ain't got to spend money on it. So now you're joyful and peaceful and happy and got money. Now that money is actually worth 10 times more, right? So I'm going to help you build up your intangible assets and your tangible assets. And your wealth will be more, especially when you have the time. Because a lot of people got money but no time, and their children are neglected. But imagine if you got time to spend with your family and they happy and you got money. Now, right, that's a much higher net worth to me. That's a much higher level of wealth to me that you not only get to obtain, but you get to experience and appreciate.
It's so real, man. It's so real because, in today's current climate, it's very easy for people. It's a billion ways to make money. There's a lot of people on the planet, and how people make money is doing things for people. So it's a lot of ways to make money. So I'm running into, and I'm sure you are too, a lot of people with bags, and that's it. And it's bizarre. So,
and that's it. Bro, you know how many people, and you get it, I already know. I meet people all the time, and I haven't started this program or nothing, but people be talking about like money. I turn down more money than anything, because it's not always in alignment. You know what I'm saying? People just want to pay me to just be around. You know what I'm saying? But for me, if it's not in alignment, I'll be sacrificing more than you'll be paying. So I'll be losing when I think I'm gaining, because what you're saying is that this money you have is worth more, right, than my flow. And my flow is doing things in accordance to things that I'm aligned with, and that adds on peace and impact and legacy. But the dollar is the cheapest thing you can spend. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, offer me gold. If anything, offer me land. But nobody ever does that, do they? Nobody says that for the same amount of money you can go buy those things. They won't give you the
Right.
asset. They'll give you the money that buys it, because the money is only as valuable as what you do with it. So if you get $70,000 and you get 100,000, you get 200,000, right? Now one person may say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you $200,000." Another person may say, "Listen, I'm gonna give you this 40-acre ranch." Nobody ever offers the ranch because that's an asset that they know has more value than the money. But the money is only worth if I give it to you and you say, "Okay, if you got bad habits and you go spend this on nothing, what was that money worth?" It wasn't worth nothing. It was worth maybe this fleeting time and experience. But if you go take that money and you go buy that land, right? Now that money becomes a resource. So when you get paid, a person knows what's in your mind. Your employer knows that you're not spending this money on buying land. The government knows you're not spending that money. So they don't mind giving a person with bad habits money. Because as they say, a fool with his money will soon depart. So the money is only as valuable as the knowledge and the person
Correct.
in connection that has the money. So it's like even thinking of things in that capacity, you start to change it like, damn, this money that I'm going for only is as valuable as the person I become when I get it, and the knowledge that I have and how to leverage it and utilize it. And I know that because I've lost a lot of money having it at the wrong time, not being the
Yeah.
right person to know how to leverage it. So you wanted the money but didn't have the plan for it. Have the plan for the money, so once you get it, it's way more
Nah,
valuable than this destination of
you
obtaining.
spoke bars just now. Hot 16. Um,
Man,
look,
you
look,
19, hot 19, a hot 19. Yes,
magazine. Peace
sir.
to Acre Boys. I'm speaking this into existence, manifesting it. We had a situation. We almost locked down 40 acres, right? But
Yeah.
it wasn't the right deal. But the right deal is coming. Within an Acre Boys gonna
Mm,
deliver. All
I
right,
can't
new
wait.
guys. 40 acres.
Wait.
That's a
Man, listen, what we do with the, like, I'm at this point now where it's like, yes, I want land. I want to just build something. It's like, I don't even really want to, like, the public thing is, it's exhausting, number one. Constantly updating people, teaching people, doing different things, and dealing with the totality of the mess that comes along with it. It's definitely a warrior's journey. You know what I mean? Because it's a battle, right? It's not without its battle scars. But everything has to be building up to something. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't have an ultimate goal or a vision of like, what are you doing this for though?
that's a fact.
Everybody
Yeah.
ain't your people, right? Like I'm at this point where I reach millions and millions of people. They're not all my people. Some
Right.
people sit there and learn just so that they can hate. Some people sit there and listen just so that they can debate in their mind on what they think is wrong. And my goal, I told people, is to provide perspective. It's not to force you to learn anything. It's not to compel you to any ideas. It's to expose you to them because we're not exposed to
Mm-hmm.
enough information and knowledge. Because the opposite end is all we get is entertainment. All we get is bullshit, BS, low vibrational things. I would rather you be in your mind debating intellectual points than conceding and going on right with dumb and ignorant things. I would rather you be like, let me research to see if that's right, because
Right.
that's my job is to introduce the
Right.
high level. You find out the details. Now I'm
Right.
putting you on a path of work. So I'll never say, follow me. I am your leader. I am your prophet. Never said that. I said, listen to this high level conversation. Listen to this perspective. Listen to this thought process. Right. And just by listening, now you're thinking. And if I can get you to think, as Prophet Noble Drew Ali
Mm-hmm.
once said, I've done my job.
That's it. That's
That's
it.
it.
The paradigm is
For you.
shifting. You know, we are doing our part, and we'll continue to do so. Right? It's a labor of love for me. I wouldn't have it no other way. But I'm with you. Once we procure this land, what's next to come is going to be incredible. You know what I mean? And we're going to create a formula and duplicate it, just like the universe does. It creates systems and formulas, duplicates it.
Yes, sir.
I'm speaking it into the universe, into the ether, because it's going to happen. I feel it. You know what I mean? It's happening as we speak, and it's going to be beautiful, man. And it's really going to put a lot of people on notice, and it's going to teach a lot of people. Because here's the thing, too. There's a lot of brothers that figure out how to make money, right? I want to say this delicately. It's a lot of people that figure out how to make money, and then they just the play for them is just keep making money. And I get it.
Yeah.
However, I don't get it, brothers. And what we're gonna do is be able to create what we're doing and put it on display to where they can follow suit, right? I don't really care to sit with all of these people and like, bro, you gotta because they are grown men. But I'm putting on notice like how goofy it is when you make money and that's it. You just making money. And you listen, if you're a private person, you want to make your money and just take care of your family and that's it, you have every right to do so. But when you're out in the public, you know what I'm saying? Look at me for whatever reason. What are you really doing besides making money off of people? You know what I'm saying? So we got to do something better. We have to raise the vibrations, and that's what we're doing. You know what I mean? We're gonna show y'all how it's done. We're gonna look good doing it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna kill a lot of devils in the process.
Yeah, man. Man, this is my best era, man. I feel like I've made some of
Mm-hmm.
the most important mistakes already. So now I get to get it.
Mm-hmm.
I get to go into the era of greatness. You know what I mean? Like this process was, it's been very shaping. You know what I mean? It's like sharpening the sword. You know, it's different than using the sword to chop wood. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's much harder to sitting there constantly getting it right. You know what I'm saying? Going through the fire. Like I was in the gym the other day. I was thinking about that because I'm in there and it's hot as hell. So for some reason these
Right.
days the AC wasn't working. But it was like I'm still gonna get through my workout. And I'm like, oh, I'm really in here picking up iron. You know what I mean? Being forced under heat. You know what I'm saying? And forcing myself to go through this process. And then afterwards, I go into the sauna,
Yes.
right? To experience more heat. And then afterwards, I go into a cold shower to cool it down so that the iron that's been cast, right, can now be hardened from everything that it just went through. And I'm like, yo, you know, we really take ourselves through that process so that we can come out on the other side better. But the stress that I force myself to go through makes anything else that I go through so much easier because I've been preparing myself, right, for anything else so that now I can pick up more weight because I have more strength because I go through the process of development. And then tomorrow I'm going to go through the same thing. And I'm like, damn, I'm crazy.
That's the only way to grow, man, is to put yourself under stress and under pressure. That's the only way. That's adaptation. So animals that don't adapt, they become extinct, right? Animals that don't have the capacity to adapt. Times change, resources change, the weather change, they just die off, right? Those that are sturdy, you know what I'm saying? Those that can handle, give me the smoke, make it heavy mentality, thrive. Not just survive, they thrive and create
Right.
new opportunities, lanes, ecosystems, the whole nine. And that's just happen to be the types of people that we are. It is what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. No, fuck it. You know, and I'm glad to be that type of person because it's what's required in this world. And this is why, you know, you can walk across this earth and
Yeah.
people be like, thank you. You saved my life. You know what I mean? You got me together. You got my health right. You got my money right. And I'm going to do the same thing. You know what I mean? Because we purposely put ourselves through things so that we can be an
Right.
example or we can teach experience. So it's like, I ain't nowhere I go on this planet now almost. A person ain't giving me a testimonial.
Mm-hmm.
People ain't walking up crying. You know what I'm saying? These ain't nobody that I ain't even talking about nobody that spent no money with me. I'm talking about people that just been
Right.
impacted, right, by the demonstration. So most people they talk about who just spent money with them. No, I didn't spend money with you because I didn't gave you energy. 99.9% of people that came across
Mm-hmm.
my platform ain't spent $1 with me. You know what I'm saying? But I've impacted and gave them value, right? And now it's like with high level conversations, we spend hundreds of thousands of dollars for what? To bring you value to high level production so that you can get information curated in a way where, you know, it's in competition with the status quo. Because I have to compete with the entertainment industry. I have to compete with Netflix and Hulu and Roku because otherwise
Right.
you would spend that time with them. So the appreciation comes from thank you, Keys. You did something to grab my attention because I wouldn't have spent it on that unless you spent money on producing a production that was good for my consciousness. So people don't think about that. It's like, nah, and we do it not knowing if it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Not
Mm-hmm.
knowing if maybe nobody watches this. It's only
Right.
successful if the people participate, right? And what do we ask for? Nothing but attention. Same attention you are already giving to
Here's the
other sources and platforms. So it's like, I thank
here's the
y'all
thing,
and I
bro.
appreciate y'all. I'm gonna
I
continue to
gotta
do it.
go because we got a movie night tonight. But here's the thing. Come on, bro.
Barbie?
Yeah. So Pete, so it's weird that that's even a movie. So what you're doing, you're planting seeds, and people are coming up to you, confirming the trajectory of your movement is on point where it needs to be.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel a certain way, like I need to keep doing this. You're gonna run into a big old pot of gold, figuratively speaking. Not money. I'm not talking about money. The money's coming each and every day, but it's something. It's spiritual. It's big and it's powerful. And what you're doing, you have to keep doing. It's very important. It's very important. So I ain't gonna.
Man, first of all, thank you for that because you know how many people that's always telling me about the bad that's coming and not
What
wanting
bad?
to tell me
What
about
are
the
you talking
good.
about?
I don't something that they're just predicting because of they believe success has to come with the crash. You know what I mean? Like if I'm a type of person, don't tell me about something that you seen somebody say. Go say something about me good. Balance it out. If you see somebody making a video about me, go make one about me that's good. Go give me your testimony. I should see thousands of those across the world if that's the case. If you see somebody, coming up behind me, handle my flank. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about the good so that because the thing about it is called a self-fulfilling prophecy that when you think
Mm-hmm.
something negative is going to happen, you actually make it happen by acting in accordance, right, to the thing that you're predicting. Not that it had to happen, but because that's what you thought was going to happen. So when people tell me, yo, blessings are coming, everything is going to be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, prepare yourself, fortify yourself, right, to deal with these blessings. And man, I'm internalizing that because I want that to
Right.
be a
I'm
self-fulfilling
gonna say one thing
prophecy.
and I'm gonna take off. But thanks for having me on your platform, brother. I want to speak to your people real quick. I want to speak to your people.
Thank you for being
Like
on.
what Keys do, he put a lot of thought behind what he does. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of effort, even though it don't seem like it's smooth. It's supposed to be like that. But how y'all can honor him, right, is do a testimonial video on YouTube. I don't care if only 3 people watch it. You know what I'm saying? Do it. Like honor him. You know what I'm saying? Because the haters is doing it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I seen a video of some haters. They did a video on you. I went in on them. You know what I'm saying? I went in. You feel me? And it's like, I don't play that shit.
Yeah,
You can get touched. I just fucking with James or nothing. But I'm just saying, honor
it's in the
honor your
ethos.
guy by doing a video. It takes no. You can do it with your phone. You don't need no fancy phone, no fancy cameras. That's HD, 1080, 4D, whatever they be saying. Do that shit to YouTube.